Good morning, I'm Carlisle Douglas with Peruse the News, a brief synopsis of a few articles featured in our local newspapers sponsored by Instacoupons, Around the Town Deals, a service of CTView Multimedia. Instacoupons Around the Town Deals, as the name suggests, is a process where we search for bargains throughout SVG and make them available to you, our listeners. Do you know of any deals? Do you have a product or service to sell with attractive and competitive prices? Call us at 491-9140 or email ctviewmultimedia@outlook.com. Let's start with the Searchlight. Last Tuesday's editorial is headlined, "General Elections in the Air. Are we ready?" It reads, "More than 3 months have elapsed since the Guyanese electorate exercised its democratic right to vote for a government of the people's choice. Amazingly, the voters of Guyana are still awaiting an official announcement of the winner of that poll. Even more amazingly, the rest of the Caribbean community, who loudly profess their abiding commitment to democratic principles, has hardly batted an eyelid." For further details on this editorial, please read Tuesday's Searchlight. The editorial of Friday, June 19th reads, "Our sporting and entertainment icons matter too." It reads, "We cannot help but heartily praise the role that sporting icons of today, black ones in particular, have been playing in recent years in the global struggle for equality, justice, democracy and an end to poverty. In ways more than one, these sporting stars, revered by young people, have been demonstrating that there is more to life than playing sport and accumulating wealth." For further details, please read the Searchlight. Also in the Searchlight on page 11, PRYME launches online platform for local entrepreneurs. It reads, "Applying for a grant to inject much-needed funds into their businesses just became easier for Vincentian entrepreneurs through the launch of PRYME's online platform." The website for the government program was launched on Tuesday afternoon at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs conference room in the presence of officials and representatives from the second batch of grant recipients. For more on this story, please read the Searchlight. One of the stories on the front page of the Searchlight, on the bottom reads, "A public servant has been given 2 weeks to pay half his monthly salary to the Zero Hunger Trust Fund, or if not, face the possibility of being sued for defamation." Graham Ballers, attorney for Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, has also demanded that Ken Sun King, who is a prison officer at Her Majesty's prisons, make a full and unqualified apology to the Prime Minister for what Ballers describes as King's outrageous defamation of his client. The middle of the second paragraph of this story reads, "The managing editor and editor of the Vincentian newspaper have also been asked to apologize to the Prime Minister in their newspaper and pay no less than $10,000 in the aggregate within 2 weeks, also to the Zero Hunger Trust Fund." Ballers reminded the Vincentian that, in the High Court, the Prime Minister is likely to receive $150,000 plus legal costs if my client were to sue you. For further information, please read the Searchlight. In this week's Vincentian, PCR testing in validation stage. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Simone Kaiser-Beek told the Vincentian on Wednesday that samples were still being sent to the Caribbean Public Health Agency's CARFA lab facilities in Trinidad, but that samples were also being tested here. "This is part of the process," she said. The PCR testing machine arrived here in May following weeks of delays due to restrictions in the United States. For more on this, please read the Vincentian. Also in the Vincentian, World Pediatric Project, WPP, has embarked on a mission outside of its usual scope of providing critical tertiary healthcare. The initiative, WPP-COVID-19 Aid, is a one-off assistance in which essentials are provided to needy families here. For further on this initiative, please read the Vincentian. Also in the Vincentian, IRM conducts live radio test with NBC Radio. It reads, Radio amateurs from the Ulu Radio Movement, YRM, conducted another emergency communications test, towards ensuring that its members are in a state of readiness for the 2020 hurricane season in particular, as well as for any other hazards that may arise. The editorial of the Vincentian is headlined, "Leadership? Look for the signs." It reads, "It's nearing the time again when eligible citizens will elect representatives to our House of Assembly. For more of this editorial, please read the Vincentian." This week's edition of the news is headlined, "Geothermal Project a Humongous Disgrace," and is subtitled, "Opposition MP Blast Approach to Project as GUNGHO and Pompous." It reads, "This geothermal project is another humongous disgrace. It is characteristic of a lack of taking the people on board, of being open and fair." Also sharing the front pages, PM Gonsalves reads the news. This story continues on page 3 of this week's edition. The back page of the news in red letters says, "Constitutionally wrong." It's subtitled, "Lawyer Challenges Government's Move to Set Up Boundaries Commission." It reads, "Prominent lawyer and New Democratic Party's NDP West St. George candidate has objected to the setting up of a Constituency Boundaries Commission, described as constitutionally wrong." For more on this story, please read the news. The editorial of the news says, "Do we want fair elections or not?" It reads, "We ask this question after the reaction to comments by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves with regards to the Guyana elections." For more editorial, please read page 6 of the news. We at CTView Multimedia and Nice Radio with this production of Peruse the News does not intend to malign anyone or institution living or dead, nor has had the opportunity to qualify these news items as facts. We do this simply to bring awareness to some items in this week's established print media. Thanks for listening, and don't forget this production was sponsored by Instacoupons, Around Town Deals. We invite you to visit our social media handles on WhatsApp, 78449194140, Facebook, Carlisle CTView Douglas, and Instagram, Carlisle CTView. Once again, thank you, and don't forget to buy the newspapers and peruse the news. The news. The news. The news. The news. The news.